There's a moment in every journey, quiet, raw, unglamorous, where no one's watching and no applause is coming. It's just you sitting across from yourself, and the question is clear. Will you keep going? Not in the big ways, the grand gestures, the bold declarations, but in the small, brutal, unseen moments when everything in you says stop. That's the battlefield. That's where the war is won. And like you, I've also fought there. Not with swords or medals, but with silence, with doubt, with the part of me that whispers, this is simply too hard work. I've sat at my table and waged war on myself. I've stared down walls I built with my own hands, walls of fear, perfectionism, hesitation, and I've said no more. Because it's hard to live with my mistakes, with my wrong turns. The weight bears down heavy, crushing, but somehow I have to find the strength to carry on. I raised the wall, and I will be the one to knock it down. See, we spend so much of our lives trying to control the external. What's out there, what people think, what they say, what doors they open or close for us. But the truth is, the most important work you'll ever do is internal. Because the monsters out there, they don't scare me anymore. I've met the real monster. I meet him every day. He lives in my hesitation, in my second guessing, in my excuses. And still, I seek him. I chase him down because every time I defeat him, something in me changes. Every time I show up when I don't feel like it. Every time I move forward in the face of fear. Every time I resist the temptation to quit. I become more of who I'm meant to be. That's what people don't tell you about greatness. It's not found in victories. It's forged in refusal. Refusing to shrink, refusing to hide, refusing to let the moment pass while you sit behind the barricades you built to stay safe. You can train your body, you can sharpen your skill, but nothing is more powerful than training your mind to say, this is hard, and I'm doing it anyway. Because life doesn't get easier, it gets louder, it gets messier. And if you don't train for the noise, if you don't prepare for the chaos, you get swept away by it. So build your resolve, not when things are falling apart, but when they're still holding together. You go out to run, even when you don't want to. You face the discomfort, even when it's easier to avoid it. You sweat and suffer and stretch yourself, not because the world is demanding it right now, but because you know the world eventually will. And when it does, you'll be ready. You don't just defeat monsters to defeat monsters. You defeat them so that the next time life throws one your way, you don't flinch. Because you've seen them before. You've destroyed worse. Because the storm doesn't scare you, it reminds you of who you are. And yeah, you'll make mistakes. You'll build the very walls you'll later have to tear down. You'll armor up with defenses that for a while protect you, but later only trap you. You'll say things you didn't mean. You'll stay when you should have left. You'll leave when you should have stayed. You'll wait when you should have moved. But all of that, it's still yours. Your mistakes, your wall, your life. And that means you hold the power, no one else. You raise the wall, you will be the one to knock it down. So next time fear shows up, next time the weight feels unbearable, next time that voice whispers, this isn't worth it, you'll smile. Because you've been here before, and you've survived worse. You'll remember that every finish line you've crossed was built of thousands of invisible moments. Moments like this, where you didn't feel like showing up, but you did anyway. Where your tired feet kept moving, where your trembling hands still reached, where your mind said no, but your soul said yes. This is not just motivation, this is identity. You've earned the right to call yourself a fighter, because you didn't just fight battles, you went looking for them. You didn't just overcome adversity, you outgrew it. You didn't just hang on, you turned hanging on into a personal brand of rebellion. You stared down the part of you that said, "You're not enough," and replied, "Watch me." This is your world. You're a pretender no more. No longer ruled by fear. No longer guided by the illusion of safety. Your weapon is your focus. Let it sharpen you. Let it teach you. Let it elevate you. There'll be days when you sit at the table again, where the weight of your own expectations feels too heavy, where the self-sabotage, the doubt, the old ghosts try to rise. And when that happens, don't wait for permission. Don't wait for clarity. Don't wait for certainty. Just face down the monsters. Put your hands on the wall, feel the cracks, the seams, and say the words, "I raised this wall, and I will be the one to knock it down."